It's time for our Men of Platinum Presents Direct Hit, where we pick a standout player from the day's play, one that displayed an indomitable spirit and had unwavering values, just like Platinum. Good game, at least for the Super Kings against Sunrisers Hyderabad. I've got my Men of Platinum, the two Aarons, Varun and Mr. Finch, and I'll give them some time to think about who their Man of Platinum is on a day where a number of CSK players stood out. First, a quick-fire review of the game, gentlemen. Let me start with you, Varun. Why did Hyderabad find it so difficult to score despite the presence of dew?
I think really quality spinners in the form of Ravindra Jadeja especially. Their fast bowlers also bowled a lot of slow balls. They also changed the ball a couple of times, which really helps in such a situation when there's dew. So all around, Chennai has gone back to their age-old mantra of playing on a slow wicket when they're a bit iffy in the points table. So that worked for them really well.
All right, Finchy, what explains the fall in Hyderabad's batting returns while chasing?
Scoreboard pressure does some funny things to you, and once you get off to a poor start or you lose some of the guys that have been so dynamic and getting you off to the huge starts, it just puts pressure on the rest of the group, and that's all it is. So I was surprised when they won the toss and bowled first.
Okay, back to you, Varun. How good was Daryl Mitchell's innings, and how relieved would CSK be that he's among the runs?
Really, really good innings, especially with the way he set up his innings. He didn't take a lot of risks at the start. He knew the wicket was slow and he wasn't in runs, so he took that a little extra time. But that innings was crucial to get their whole innings together and make sure Shivam Dube came in with the stage set and he could just blast off. And very, very important for him to hit form before they go into the last part of the tournament.
All right, and finally, Finchy, 4 scores of 50 plus in the last 5 outings. What has Ruturaj Gaikwad been getting right?
He's a quality player, so it's not an issue of when he's going to get runs. It's just, sorry, if he gets runs, it's just when. And good players make the most of really good form. He's given himself enough time to get in. He knows that he's got power behind him as well, and it's just quality.
Yeah. Is it fair to say then, for that 98 or 54, that Gaikwad is our strongest contender?
100%.
Player of the 100%. Match and our Man of Platinum?
Man of Platinum, strong like Platinum, shiny like Platinum, is bad as doing all the shining, and definitely proper Platinum.
Now, he is a rare commodity because he reached a rare record, first 100 for a CSK captain in the last game, unfortunately in a losing cause. Today he fell too short, but the self-belief he's had, Ruturaj Gaikwad, it is not easy to fill those shoes of MS Dhoni at the Chepauk, and he started the tournament slightly scratchy when it came to form, but we've seen the self-belief, a value as rare as Platinum. We've seen resilience from Ruturaj Gaikwad to overcome that in spite of batting at 3 and coming up the order. You made that point, didn't you, Varun? Early part of the tournament, you can almost understand why Gaikwad might have taken some time for his emotions to settle.
100%. It's no small shoes to fill. MS Dhoni, one of the most successful captains in world cricket. The crowd behind MS in a way where even as captain you feel, you know what, they actually, like, I'm kind of playing second fiddle here, but that got washed away in the first 2 games, like he's mentioned. It was a big moment for any young Indian player to lead MS Dhoni into the ground. Very special as well. So once you get done with all those emotions, and then when your brain's back into the game and just treat it like every other game, that's when your batting shines and you shine as a player.
Yeah, I mean, that self-belief, which we mentioned, a value as rare as Platinum, it must be increasing in Gaikwad, A, with wins, Finchy, and B, it's fair to say now you can almost see this as Gaikwad putting his stamp on this team, the kind of selection calls, going with pace ahead of spin, which is what Dhoni used to like. It seems like Gaikwad's team now?
Yeah, it certainly does. And there's one thing as a captain that you need to do, and that's do your job as a player first, and that is, as an opening batter, now he's getting runs. So that all of a sudden takes the pressure off everything else, because everything else can then just start coming to the fore. But the last thing you need is to be worrying about your form and who's bowling the next over and stuff that's off the field, because there's a lot of things that take up your time off the field when you're captain. There's extra meetings, there's extra commitments with owners and sponsors. So there's just small things that can start to add up. So if you're taking care of your batting as an opening batter, then the rest will fall into place nicely.
All right, Finchy, Varun, thank you so much for your time and your thoughts, and for picking Ruturaj Gaikwad as our Man of Platinum for an excellent innings of 98 from the CSK captain. That wraps up yet another edition of our Men of Platinum Presents Direct Hit.